Hello students, I am Ankit Kumar again here to take class of economics for 12th standard. Earlier we have studied that there are three methods to calculate national income. We know that production, income and expenditure are three different phases of circular flow of income. So national income can be measured by three different methods. First, value added method, second, income method, third, expenditure method. It must be noted that all three methods give the same value of national income because they are used to measure the same physical output at three different phases. In this video, we will study the value added method. Let's start. Value added method measures national income in terms of value addition by each producing unit in the economy during the period of 1 year. It is also known as product method, inventory method, net output method, industrial origin method, and commodity service method are also the name of value added method. Concept of value added. Value added refers to the addition of value to the raw material by a firm by virtue of its productive activities. It is the contribution of an enterprise to the current flow of goods and services. Value added is equal to value of output minus intermediate consumption. Example of concept of value added. Suppose a baker needs only flour to produce bread. He purchases flour as input worth Rs 500 from the miller and then, by virtue of its productive activities, converts into bread and sells the bread for Rs 700. In the given example, flour is an input and its value of Rs 500 is termed as value of intermediate consumption. Bread is the output and its value of Rs 700 is termed as value of output. Difference between the value of output and intermediate consumption is termed as value added. It means that the baker has added a value of Rs 200 to the flow of final goods and services. This is known as gross value added at market price by baker. Let's now understand value of output and intermediate consumption. Value of output. Value of output refers to market value of all final goods and services producing during a period of 1 year. Value of output is equal to price into quantity. Measurement of value of output. When entire output is sold in an accounting year, then value of output is equal sales. When the entire output is not sold in an accounting year, then the unsold stock is added to value of sales. Value of output is equal sales plus change in stock. Change in stock is equal closing stock minus opening stock. Export is part of sales as they are sold in foreign market. Exports are not separately included in value of output if sales are given, because sales include both domestic sales and exports. If domestic sales are given, to find the total sales, exports need to be included. Always remember one thing, that if a particular which is required is not given directly, then the subparts of particular. Otherwise, no need to use subparts. Sales is equal domestic sales plus exports. Intermediate consumption. Use of intermediate goods in the production process is termed as intermediate consumption. Intermediate goods include all those goods whose value is merged with the value of final goods. Generally, it includes value of raw material. Remember one thing, that if any machinery purchased for making products is not an intermediate good, as its value not be included in the value of intermediate consumption. It is called investment. Imports are part of intermediate goods. It is very important to know how imports are part of intermediate goods. As we know, imports are not produced in our territory, so they are purchased for resale or further production process. In this process, they are not included in final goods and services. If value of intermediate consumption is given, then imports are not included separately as they are part of intermediate consumption. If domestic intermediate cost is given, then it is necessary to add imports. That means now two subparts are given separately, so we have to sum these two parts to find value of intermediate consumption. Intermediate consumption is equal to domestic intermediate consumption plus imports. Steps of value added method. Step 1. Identify and classify the production unit. All the production units in the domestic economy are classified into three sectors on the nature of production process. It is easy to measure the value added by each sector, that is primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Step 2. Estimation of GVA by each sector. The second step is estimation of gross value added at market price by each of the producing enterprises. Gross value added is equal to value of output minus intermediate consumption. Step 3. Estimation of GDP at market price. By adding up gross value added at market price of all sectors, we get GDP at market price. Sum total of gross value added at market price of all production sectors is called GDP at market price. Summation GVA at market price equal GDP at market price. Step 4. Estimation of national income. Net factory income from abroad is added. Depreciation and net indirect taxes are subtracted from GDP at market price to arrive at national income. NNP at factory cost is equal to GDP at market price minus consumption of fixed capital plus NFIA minus NIT. Precautions. Intermediate goods are not included in national income. Such goods are already included in the value of final goods. If they are included again, it will lead to double counting. Sales and purchase of second-hand goods is not included. Second-hand goods were included in the year in which they were produced. However, any commission or brokerage on sale or purchase of these goods will be included in national income. Production of services for self-consumption are not included. Domestic services are not included in the national income since it is difficult to measure their market value. For example, services of housewife are not included because these services are consumed at home and never enter to the marketplace and termed as non-market transaction. Production of goods for self-consumption will be included in national income as they will contribute to current output. They are not sold in market, so their imputed value will be included. Imputed value of owner-occupied houses should be included. People who live in their own houses do not pay any rent, but they enjoy housing services similar to those people who stay in rented house. Therefore, housing services estimated according to market rate. Change in stock of goods will be included. Net increase in the stock will be included in national income as it is part of capital formation. Always keep in mind that there is depreciation of capital. So if we have to calculate gross value added, then add change in stock, and if we have to calculate net value added, or any net aggregate, then exclude depreciation. Problem of double counting. Double counting refers to counting of an output more than once while passing through various stages of production. In measuring of national income, the value of only final goods and services is to be included. The problem of double counting arises when value of intermediate goods is also included along with value of final goods. Let's take an example. There is a farmer. He produces wheat. Value of his production is rupee 500. He sells wheat for rupee 500 to a miller. Now miller produces flour. Money value of flour is rupee 700. Now miller sells flour for rupee 700 to a baker. Baker produces breads. Price value of breads is rupee 1000. Now he sells it for rupee 1000 to consumers. As a general practice, every producer treats his commodity as the final product. It means value of output is 500 plus 700 plus 1000 equal to 2200 rupees. A careful examination reveals that each transaction contains the value of intermediate goods. It leads to overestimation of goods and services. In order to know the correct value of national income, we must avoid these problems of double counting. There are two methods to avoid double counting. First is final output method. In our example, final output is bread and its value is 1000 and it should be taken in the national income. Second method is value added method. According to this method, sum total of the value added by each producing unit should be taken in the national income. In our example, value of input for farmer is 0. So value added is 500 minus 0 equal to 500. Miller used wheat worth rupee 500 as intermediate good. Now his value added is 700 minus 500 equal 200. Baker used flour worth rupee 700 as intermediate good. His value added is 1000 minus 700 equal 300 rupees. Sum of these value added is equal 1000 rupees. So we can solve problem of double counting using these two methods. Numerical examples. Question number 1. Calculate gross value added at market price. Items and rupees in crores. Sales 1050 crores. Closing stock 45 crores. Opening stock 25 crores. Purchase of machine 200 crores. Intermediate consumption 450 crores. Purchase of raw material 200 crores, exports 45 crores, imports 30 crores, consumption of fixed capital 60 crores. Here we have to calculate GVA at market price. GVA at market price is equal value of output minus intermediate consumption. Here value of output is not given directly. So value of output is equal sales plus change in stock. Here change in stock is also not given directly. Change in stock is equal closing stock minus opening stock. That is 45 crores minus 25 crores equal to 20 crores. Now value of output is equal sales, that is 1050 crores plus change in stock, that is 20 crores, equal 1070 crores. Now GVA at market price is equal value of output, that is 1070 crores minus intermediate consumption, that is 450 crores, equal to 620 crores. Question number 2. Calculate gross value added at factor cost. Items and rupees in crores. Sales 450 crores. Value of output 700 crores. Closing stock 40 crores. Consumption of fixed capital 35 crores. Subsidies 25 crores. Purchase of raw material from domestic market 40 crores. Exports 35 crores. Imports 25 crores. Rent 100 crores. In this question, we have to calculate GVA at factor cost. First, we will calculate GVA at market price, then convert it into factor cost. GVA at market price is equal value of output minus intermediate consumption. Here direct intermediate consumption is not given. So first we will calculate intermediate consumption. Intermediate consumption is equal to purchase of raw material from domestic market plus imports. That is 40 crores plus 25 crores equal to 65 crores. Now GVA at market price is value of output, that is 700 crores, minus intermediate consumption, that is 65 crores, equal to 635 crores. Now we will convert it into factor cost. GVA at factor cost is equal GVA at market price minus net indirect taxes to convert market price into factor cost. Here NIT is not given directly, so we will calculate NIT. Net indirect taxes are equal indirect taxes minus subsidies. Here indirect taxes are not given, so we can take it 0. Minus subsidies, that is 25 crores, equal minus 25 crores. Now GVA at factor cost is equal GVA at market price, that is 635 crores, minus NIT, that is minus 25 crores, equal 635 crores plus 25 crores equal to 660 crores. Question number 3. Calculate net value added at factor cost. Items and rupees in crores. Sales 450 crores. Purchase of machine 100 crores. Import of raw material 55 crores. Depreciation 25 crores. Subsidies 40 crores. Purchase of raw material 200 crores. Exports 25 crores. Sales tax 35 crores. Excise duty 20 crores. In this question, we have to calculate NVA at factor cost. First, we will calculate GVA at market price and then convert it into NVA at factor cost. GVA at market price is equal value of output minus intermediate consumption. Now, value of output is not given directly. So, first we will calculate value of output. Value of output is equal sales plus change in stock, that is 450 crores plus 0, as change in stock is not given, equal 450 crores. Now GVA at market price is equal value of output, that is 450 crores, minus intermediate consumption, that is 200 crores, equal 250 crores. Now we will calculate NVA at factor cost. NVA at factor cost is equal GVA at market price minus CFC to convert gross into net, minus NIT to convert market price into factor cost. Here NIT is not given directly, so we will calculate NIT. Net indirect taxes are equal indirect taxes minus subsidies. Here indirect taxes are also not given directly. In this example, sales tax and excise duty are given, which are examples of indirect taxes. NIT is equal indirect taxes, that is 35 crores and 20 crores minus subsidies, that is 40 crores, equal 15 crores. NVA at factor cost is equal GVA at market price, that is 250 crores minus CFC, that is 25 crores minus NIT, that is 15 crores, equal to 250 crores minus 40 crores equal to 210 crores. Question number 4. Calculates GDP at market price and national income. Items and rupees in crores. Sales by firm A 300 crores. Sales by firm B to A 100 crores. Sales by firm A to firm B 50 crores. Sales by firm B to household 50 crores. Change in stock of firm A 25 crores. Closing stock of firm B 20 crores. Opening stock of firm B 10 crores. Exports of firm A 35 crores. Imports of firm B 25 crores. Imports of firm A 25 crores. Exports of firm B 30 crores. Net indirect taxes 20 crores. Consumption of fixed capital 10 crores. Net factory income from abroad minus 5 crore. Wages and salaries 200 crore. Rent 100 crores. In this question, we have to calculate GDP at market price and national income. First step is to calculate GVA of all sector. GVA of firm A is equal value of output of firm A minus intermediate consumption of firm A. Now we will calculate value of output of firm A. Value of output is equal sales plus change in stock of firm A, that is 300 crores plus 25 crores equal 325 crores. Now we will calculate intermediate consumption. Sales to firm A by different sectors is part of intermediate consumption of firm A. Intermediate consumption is equal sales by firm B to A, that is 100 crores plus imports of firm A, that is 25 crores equal 125 crores. Now GVA of firm A is equal value of output, that is 325 crores minus intermediate consumption, that is 125 crores equal to 200 crores. Now we will calculate GVA of firm B. GVA of firm B is equal to value of output minus intermediate consumption. Now we will calculate value of output. Value of output is equal to sales plus change in stock. Sales is not given directly. Here sales by firm B to different sectors is part of total sales of firm B. Sales is equal sales by firm B to A, that is 100 crores plus sales by firm B to households, that is 50 crores plus exports of firm B, that is 30 crores equal to 180 crores. Now we will calculate change in stock. Change in stock is equal closing stock of firm B, that is 20 crores minus opening stock of firm B, that is 10 crores equal 10 crores. Now value of output is equal sales, that is 180 crores plus change in stock, that is 10 crores equal to 190 crores. Now we will calculate intermediate consumption. Sales to firm B by different sector is part of intermediate consumption of firm B. Intermediate consumption of firm B is equal to sales by firm A to firm B, that is 50 crores plus imports of firm B, that is 25 crores equal 75 crores. Now GVA of firm B is equal value of output of firm B, that is 190 crores minus intermediate consumption of firm B, that is 75 crores equal to 115 crores. You have noticed that we have not included exports of firm A while calculating output value, as total sale of firm A is given and exports are part of total sales. So we should ignore the subpart. But we have included the exports of firm B, as total sales of firm B is not given. So we have to add the subparts of sales. Now we have GVA of both firms. Now we will calculate GDP at market price. GDP at market price is the sum total of GVA of all sectors of economy. GDP at market price is equal GVA of firm A plus GVA of firm B, that is 200 crores plus 115 crores equal to 315 crores. Now we will calculate national income or NNP at factor cost. NNP at factor cost is equal GDP at market price minus CFC to convert gross into net plus NFIA to convert domestic into national minus NIT to convert market price into factor cost equal 315 crores minus 10 crores plus minus 5 crores minus 20 crores equal 315 crores minus 10 crores minus 5 crores minus 20 crores equal to 315 crores minus 35 crores, that is equal to 280 crores. That's all. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you.